Carlos Alcaraz. Hey, he's the new one. He's the new number one. Carlos Alcaraz, he still looks sloppy.
He looked sloppy.
I gotta go Jannik. Pause. Hold that image. Yeah, that one right there, that image, that is the image of a man who was so confident and so wrong. Look, in all seriousness, I really don't blame myself for taking Jannik Sinner in this tournament, okay? Their predictions are just fun to toss out there. I don't blame anybody who would have picked Jannik Sinner. IBM Watson, the predictions there, just had this match at very near a 50-50 with about a 5% favorite to 5% extra favorite, so 55% to 45% in favor of Carlos. And, you know, that's just the way that these finals go between Jannik Sinner and Carlos, okay? The thing that I did underestimate was how well this matchup suits Carlos Alcaraz and how well Carlos understands Jannik's game. Jannik Sinner in the post-match press conference did allude to the fact that he needs to change some things up. He needs to be less predictable. On the same note, Carlos Alcaraz in his press conference said, I know Jannik. I know his game. And how terrifying is that for Jannik to have to hear after losing that match? Is it your biggest rival in the sport is saying, I know you. I know exactly what you're going to do. That is scary. So coming into this tournament, Jannik and Carlos were 9-5. So Carlos beating him about twice as many times and now has beaten him twice as many times. And it's just such a good matchup for Carlos. The hiccup and that's really what we may call Wimbledon, was a hiccup for Carlos because he took that first set at Wimbledon. And the rest of the match, it seemed like Carlos was trying to learn, trying to adapt, and to try something different. But Carlos really wasn't able to real-time problem solve that match. What we are seeing at the US Open is that Carlos is an incredibly fast learner, and he will adapt to situations that do not seem like they are heavily in his favor. Look, Carlos won Wimbledon way faster than anyone suspected. He started winning the French faster than anyone expected, started beating Rafa and Novak quickly. And that is the thing that perhaps makes Carlos Alcaraz such a special player, is that he rises up in the big moments, and he is also learning his opponents and his rivals way more quickly. Now let's cover some of the major accomplishments by Carlos Alcaraz at this year's US Open. Carlos Alcaraz becomes the youngest player in Open era history to win 6 majors by the age of 22. He's the youngest man to win multiple majors on all surfaces. First player since Roger Federer in 2015 to reach the US Open without losing a set. He also regains his #1 world ranking. And this last one is also a tip in the cap to his greatest rival, Jannik Sinner, that this is the first time in the Open era that the same duo has played in 3 consecutive Grand Slam finals. Thank you for watching my video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me about something that you would like to see posted on this channel. I also do live commentary on major matches, so tune in for that as well. Thank you for watching.